When a woman chooses not to take her husband's last name, what message is she intending to send? And is that the same message her husband is likely to receive?
What's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something every couple deals with but nobody wants to admit. Stick with me so you could share your opinion too. Let's watch.
She asked, like, how does that come across to a man? It symbolizes a lack of trust. The same way that before we get married and I ask you to sign that prenup and you look at me like, wow, really? The same way you get pregnant and I ask you to take a DNA test before you had your baby and we married. Right? You see, look at the gasp. I can't believe you would ask me that. That's what that implies. That implies that you don't trust me. That implies that you're not as invested in this as I am. And that's what I'm saying. If something as simple as a last name is that firm of something to stand on, that's crazy to me.
I've heard a lot of situations where women do not take their husband's last name, and it's generally a woman that has done so much work that her last name has earned, i.e. women who are female doctors, female lawyers, the ones who's like, I went to medical school, I went to law school, this is Dr. such and such, whatever maiden name is. Now, I personally am a fan of the hyphen. I think that when I get married, I am hyphening because the legacy that comes with my last name, to me, is going to be just as important as the family that I marry into. The bloodline that I came from is legendary. We're not just going to erase mine because of tradition and what it says you're supposed to do 100 years ago.
If we gonna hyphenate the last name, let's hyphenate the bills.
Right.
Let's hyphenate the responsibilities.
Let's hyphenate the soft life.
We got to be all the way honest about this. I think that a lot of women's husbands are just boxes on their list to check off.
Yes, sir.
And what I mean by this is that if you really respect your man, that's something that ain't even negotiable.
The tricky part of that we witness with so many women in marriage lose their entire identity to having a husband. While we can say that, oh, it's just a trophy for you to have on, and it starts as you got to take my last name, and then you move into my house, and then you're doing holidays with my family, and then I'm planning all of the vacations, and then you become an extension of my identity and my legacy, and you have my children, and you essentially live in my shadow. At what point does a woman's existence matter to the point where I'm still me? There are a lot of men who don't want their wives to walk in the room and say her first name. They want women to walk in the room and say, this is such and such wife.
She making too much sense. Let them have it. She making too much sense.
But I know that when I walk in the room with my future husband, they're going to be able to say, this is Kara J such and such wife. I'm not just going to be such and such wife. I'm going to always have my own name.
Correct.
I'm going to always have my own identity.
Why do men act like women when you're in a relationship / dating?
Act like a woman, what do you mean?
Okay, they act like a like
Like he want to be.
They kind of expect you to be like they mama, like.
Now the central part. Who is the they?
The person that's supposed to be the man.
The ones you be dating? Because here's the thing. If a man expects you to earn him, to choose him, to pick him, to cater to him, to drive him around because he's a passenger seat prince, and you decide to do it, it says more about you than it does about him. Because here you are, yoking yourself with the man of your nightmares because you want a man that's a leader. You want a man that has intention. You want a man that knows what he wants and knows how to give the world to a woman he desires. But instead, what do you got? The man of your nightmares. But here's the thing. That man has found a woman of his dreams. Because while you over here at the mic complaining about it, you still catering to him. You still thinking about him. Here you are still texting him back. You still dating him. You still putting yourself on layaway away from intentional men. Here's the thing. You don't with bums so long, you think that bums are the only that exist. And that's my warning. Sometimes you can be with a man that just sort of likes you. That's sort of ready for a relationship. That's sort of there simply for convenience, and you think that represents all men. No, it's men that are marriage-minded, that's intentional, that knows how to raise a child, knows how to be a husband, and they waiting for a woman that knows how to match that energy. But guess what? Those men can't find you because you busy entertaining that don't really want you like that. Did anybody else have something?
Yep. I think that a lot of men act like women in the dating process because y'all caught us like y'all chase us like we supposed to chase y'all. The dates in terms of like if you don't initiate the date, y'all don't go on them. If you don't call him on the phone, y'all don't talk. If you don't text him, y'all don't text. So you doing more initiating than he doing. So how you expect him to act like the man if you stepping into his shoes before he can even fill the role? We get to talking about men acting like boys and shit, right? But a lot of that is because the only way that y'all know how to show up for a man is by being his mama. Now, we're going to have a conversation.
I'm dating a man that I've known since high school, and I recently found out that he still lives with his ex. How long should I continue dealing with him before I cut him off?
When you guys are intimate, it's over your crib.
No, so we get a hotel.
I know you lying.
Oh.
Because I have kids.
No, I know. No, I'm
have
saying,
kids.
is he allowed to date and still stay there?
I don't know at all. I don't really care for her. The thing is, she's like 10 years younger than me.
How you gonna say you don't care for her, but you her man? See, one of the worst things that a woman can do or say out her mouth is, he told me. He told me she's his ex. He told me they're in separate rooms. He told me they're not together. Use this brain right here. As a woman, don't you know that he's lying?
Oh, Lord. Okay, I don't want to get in trouble by my God. You scary.
Period.
If you have children, you shouldn't have that much time on your hand. You didn't say a child, you said children. There are plenty of things. The same time that you invested in this nonsense is the same time you could be investing in educating your children and advancing your kids.
I do. I take very good care of my disabled brother and my son.
But then you spending hotel evenings and stuff with a loser. What you talking about?
Yeah.
You spending hotel, you don't see what's wrong with that? That can be time that's invested in your children. I'm not talking about sending your kids to school and all that. I'm not talking about sending them to tutoring. I'm talking about actually instilling some values that maybe you can learn in your children as well. Oh, I'm talking to a wall here. You're nodding your head.
No, I'm listening.
It's cool. I'm cool with talking to walls here.
I'm listening.
I'm fine with talking to walls. But I need you to see the
listening.
problem in this. This guy has a woman over there that he invests more in her than you. You are a hotel woman.
That's true.
Come on now. You are a hotel woman.
Yeah.
How do you view yourself? That lets me know. I don't care what money he spends on you. I don't care about none of that. He goes home to somebody else and not you.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And then you have children. There are hobbies. There are things that you can learn. There are things that you can put better time into to be a better woman for yourself, to be a better mother as well. Once you get to a level of maturity, you don't play these kind of stupid childish games.